Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Shafiq bin Shalahuddin, and in this video, I'll be presenting about an abandoned project named DEUTSCHES Stadion. The background: the DEUTSCHES Stadium was a German stadium. It has it was a large-scale project planned during the Nazi era in Germany. It was intended to be a grand sports and cultural center designed by the architect Albert Speer under the direction of Adolf Hitler. The stadium was envisioned to be an imposing symbol of the Nazi power and prestige. The Deutsche Stadium was planned to have a massive capacity, estimated to accommodate up to 400,000 spectators. However, the project was never completed. After the war, the foundation of the building quickly filled with groundwater and was named Silbersee, Silver Lake, by locals. The site became a dump for debris of Nuremberg's destroyed buildings and any kind of other waste, including what today is considered hazardous waste. The southern part of the horseshoe was filled up to the ground level with waste in 1951. After a mountain of waste continued to grow until the dump was closed in 1962, the landfill, which contains 5.53 million meter cube waste, was covered with a layer of earth and trees were planted on it. The new mountain was named Silberberg. Since the dam has no containment and is permeated by groundwater, dangerous material is constantly leaking into the Silver Sea. The lower layers of water in the lake contain extremely high amount of hydrogen sulfate which makes human unconscious when breathed in. Approximately 50 people have already died in the lake. These are some of the images from previous and also past time, from present times. Stakeholder. The stakeholders of the Deutsche Stadium project during the Nazi era would have included various individuals, organizations, and entities who were involved in its planning, construction, and potential use. Some key stakeholders might have included Adolf Hitler. As the leader of Nazi Germany, Hitler had a significant influence on the project. He had a vision for the Deutsche Stadium as a symbol of Nazi power and supremacy. Albert Speer, and as the architect in charge of the project, Albert Speer was a key stakeholder. He worked closely with Hitler to develop the design and oversee the construction of the stadium. Nazi Party and government officials. Other members of the Nazi Party and government would have had a stake in the Deutsche Stadium, as it was considered prestigious project associated with the regime. German Workers' Front. The German Workers' Front, a Nazi organization overseeing labor and workers' interests, likely played a role in mobilizing and coordinating workers for the construction of the stadium. Construction companies and contractors. Various construction companies and contractors would have been involved in the physical construction of the Deutsche Stadium. These stakeholders would have had a vested interest in the successful completion of the project. Lastly, the German sports organization. National sport organizations such as the German Sports Office would have been involved in the planning and the potential use of the stadium for sporting events. It is important to note that the Deutsche Stadium project took place during a totalitarian regime, where decision making was concentrated at the top. Therefore, the involvement of stakeholders might have been more limited compared to projects in democratic societies with a broader range of stakeholders. Reason of abandonment. The outbreak of World War II redirected resources and priorities towards the war effort, leading to a lack of available resources for the stadium completion. The massive scale and ambitious design of the stadium posed significant engineering, logistical, and funding challenges. As the war escalated, resources were redirected towards military purposes, resulting in a shift away from grand architectural projects like the Deutsche Stadium. The changing priorities of the Nazi regime produced focused on the war economy and military endeavors rather than the completion of the stadium. Ultimately, the combination of wars impact, logistical challenges, resource constraints, and shifting priorities led to this continuation of the DEUTSCHES Stadium project. Suggestion to prevent from project abandonment. Firstly, feasibility assessment. Conduct a truly feasibility study before initializing a project. This includes evaluating the project's technical, financial, and logistical aspect to ensure it is viable and achievable. Clear project objective and scope. Clearly define the project objective, deliverables, and scope from the outset. This helps establish a shared understanding among stakeholders and reduce the likelihood of scope creep or unclear project goals. Robust project planning. Develop a comprehensive project plan that includes realistic timelines, resource allocation, risk management strategies, and contingency plans. Ensure that the plan is regularly reviewed and adjusted as necessary. Adequate resource allocation. Allocate appropriate resource including fundings, manpower, and materials to the project. Regularly assess resource availability and make necessary adjustments to prevent shortages of this or disruption. By implementing these measures, organization can enhance project success rate, minimize the risk of unfinished project, and increase the likelihood of delivering projects within scope on time and within budget. That's all from me. Thank you. Please do like, share, and comment below.